What's up, Fans on Sports family? This is PJ here with another edition of Let's Talk About It Tuesdays. Man, what a weekend it was. From the college gridiron to the NFL, we had no shortage of drama, upsets, and statement wins. Tonight, we're going to break it all down. From the rivalry showdowns and, of course, those NFL games that had us all on the edge of our seats. So settle in and let's talk about it. Our first game of the night, we have the Florida State Seminoles versus the Miami Hurricanes. Florida State came out strong on both sides of the ball, jumping to a 3-0 lead on their opening drive and defensively forcing Miami to go 3 and out. It didn't take Miami long, though, to find their rhythm. They were able to get a drive going, and wide receiver CJ Daniels ran a beautiful slant route and scored a touchdown to take an early 7-3 lead. Early in the second quarter, Miami's offense pulled off some trickery, hitting a classic 44-yard flea flicker touchdown to extend their lead 14-3. Carson Beck, he had himself a day. He was very efficient from the field. He went 20 of 27, 240 passing yards, and 4 passing touchdowns. Miami's defense smothered FSU's run game, making them one-dimensional. That strategy worked, forcing Castellanos to beat them through the air. He had a very inefficient night, completing just 55% of his passes for 272, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So let's go ahead and get into my takeaways of this game. Miami's run defense held Florida State to just 132 rush yards on 38 carries, averaging 3.5 yards per attempt. The Seminoles came into this game averaging 300 plus rushing yards. The Hurricanes defense took control early, forcing Florida State to pass and putting Castellanos in risky situations that led to interceptions. When you turn the ball over 3 times, more often than not, you'll lose. I think Miami executed a beautiful game plan, which ultimately led them to winning this game. We had a big upset this past weekend. The Florida Gators knocked off number 9 Texas 29-21. Arch Manning had 2 costly turnovers in the fourth quarter. Is it time to discuss that Arch Manning was probably a little overhyped coming into this season? I think the kid has a great future in front of him, but I believe sometimes we can crown players far too early before they do anything on the field. My takeaways from this game, once again, turnovers proved to be the difference. You can't expect to win football games when you constantly turn the ball over. So let's go ahead and get into some NFL talk. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. What a back and forth battle this was. Both teams had their explosive offenses on full display. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold was on fire. They had a combined 67 passes and only 10 incompletions. Mayfield threw for 379 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Darnold, he threw for 341 passing yards and 4 passing touchdowns. Emeka Egbuka and Jackson Smith-Njigba, they had really big games as well. Egbuka finished with 7 receptions for 163 yards and 1 touchdown. Njigba had 8 receptions for 132 yards and a touchdown. Is it safe to say that Ohio State is wide receiver university? They have produced 5 first-round picks in the last 4 drafts. My takeaways from this game: in a back-and-forth shootout, sometimes the difference comes down to one play. The Buccaneers made that play, forcing a clutch turnover when it mattered most. The Bucs took a win by the score of 38-35. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Denver Broncos. The Broncos pulled off a dramatic 21-17 comeback over Philly, erasing a 14-point fourth quarter deficit. The Broncos scored 18 straight points in the fourth quarter. With the win, Denver snapped the Eagles' 10-game winning streak and a 12-game home winning streak. My takeaways of this game is defenses clearly aren't letting Saquon Barkley dominate the way he did last year. Teams are stacking the box, forcing Philly to win through the air. And it's working. Against Denver, Barkley was bottled up for just 6 carries for 30 yards, which put pressure back on Jalen and the offense. The Eagles' defense completely fell apart in the fourth quarter, giving them 18 points and allowing Denver to storm back and get the win. That's a wrap for this week's Let's Talk About It Tuesdays. I really appreciate everyone for tuning in and showing support. I want to hear your thoughts on this past weekend's football games. Drop a comment below and don't forget to like and follow for more content. Thank you.